Abusuapanyin me da mo nyina se motimi adwene me life enyimre ewia na pa bebia obi a wo wiasa fa na nyina me da mo nyina se motimi adwene me life. I don't normally do live on YouTube as a single person. Normally no I am a life it's basically about the coffee showbiz program but and then I think say the way things are going, I needed to make this live video and then also much imagine when you're cost so concerning that the Lumba onyankopon aton sa afre no na abusua oje chire ni oma ahoro a won eye ni na mo ahoro wo tu efa that the Lumba ho but honestly it's very sad. It's sad say so be abobre ti say obi ti say Lumba sabe onye ni paketoa Lumba yo obi a sabi wiase Ghana nyina no ena na obi ka say Lumba so ka to brofo nwomo a ka Lumba eto brofo nwomo a ka oni Michael Jackson nyina epe ka Lumba ka yo obi an ka to brofo nwomo a ka sabi wenya sabi kura ka Lumba ni Michael Jackson epe anka Lumba any Michael Jackson epe but I said ye to na say ye twene nsane nani abasa left and right na me gidi says I knew nyina mo ya ka chese besua ne mo bebre wom we will learn a lot from what is going on na aya na say bribi say sia aya na I don't feel say one e wo mo say de yakonanye but me gidi say ya ka chire no we will learn a lot from this because it's beyond understand what you want to ask you don't know why things like this have to go on Lumba because so we should bra Lumba abo asase so we should nyuma wabo so we should nyuma awaye bepem sabre amikase Lumba afiri mu anechiri aye basa anechiri aye basa no me dwene ho amenti ase I don't know why say bibi say or say koso minim say ntikro say bibi say anka koso sabre amikase chese untumi hu se Akosua Serwaa FM no maybe say sisi a mo twen sisi na kosi sen so mo twen ansane abasane na ne nyina sa bre ya yebu asem anyame ya adomo a o chena ye yie ekosi sen jamu ye ni nyina sen pa na ekosi ye because sa akoye sey menyi ni se du bre na japade chene ade bamu a wobetumi asa akwa abusuapani ho anase wo besa wo chakwa abusuapani ho okay yen hwe asem no from the top to the bottom yen hwe ase fi ebra Lumba free gan ofiri abrochire eba gan na say obesa na ho yare that's a general story dey kusi ye no entinu odi eva na say sa e na asem ne te 16-17 years ago woni be ma te dem muntie ni yi o na aya na ye nyina ye samfonsu e bi liba bebre ye samfonsu e bi woni be ma te dem woni oba te dem na waja ahokọ ebia wantwi na wo muntem ebia wantwi ni ho waja ahokọ for 15 years 16 years waja be ma no ho waja oba no ho aha na wa ma be ma na akọkọtena as a single person oba no akọkọtena as a single person sa afie nyina no na wadwene mu no uhu ne say ukunu anasa wo yire ana bisa ho say is that possible? How can married couple be separated for over 15 years? This is just a separation which the court allows for it to happen. Normally separations doesn't last, sir. Separations within a short time, no, then they will come back together. But this separation has been there over 15 years. Let me just limit it to 15 years. And do you call such a separation still married? Do you still call such a separation say our DNA that's ho? Do you still what dwinimu unsusuyemu na wokwa na wo bani nyina say me wokunu bi wo ho ana me wo yiri bi wo ho? Let's put Lumba and the wife and the family aside. The general issue no. How can you leave a man? How can you leave your wife for 17 or 15 years? And then you still call the woman your wife. When you say they me kwako ye adwumu abrochirabo, and I'm a no, that's not the case. Those cases are different. Okay? When you case when you are different. And you say, me kwa kope bibia ba fie, me kwa ko hozra bra busuafo, me kwa ko hwe bibia ba me de ahwe nkwala anu, mu nyina na mo Germany. And in this case, uja be manager ho betena down our Ghana. Now 1 year, 2 years, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, all the way to make us 15 years in book. Now what Jinimuno? Were you still thinking, say you still have a wife? Or do you still think, say you have a husband? Leaving your wife for 15 years. Leaving your husband for 15 years. And you were still thinking. Meanwhile, there was misunderstanding. So, separation, abim. Separation, abim. In this case, separation, abim. And you were still thinking and hoping, say, well, you that's what you want channel. That's what you want channel. No, is that possible? Let's be honest to ourselves. Yemfasa fashion of odobroni ene Akosua Serwaa ntonchen. Ni yenhwe issue no tactically. Yenhwe issue nankasa de see. I don't care whatever that happened between the couple, because already there's always issues. Our bia one issue. Our dear beer one issue, being or software, being elder, being whoever it is, they all have their own issue. Our beer new so it doesn't have their own issue. Remember, we are all coming from a different background, so their issues are bound to happen. Okay, issues are bound to happen. So the question is, say, all this while, our issues you see here, misunderstanding by here, problem by here. Now what's the baby? Baby no. Now you are not doing your duty as a wife. Okay? Because the moment a separation, baby, 1 year, 2 years. Oh, tell me how many men, how many women will still sit down? What do you know? Our dear Negu. In your mindset now, what then total is gone. Mama yemfasa function of say odobroni and I say Akosua Serwaa ntonchen. Obi anyway this asem we di no a wo me no wo hear video so what you did we be there we so wo yere anase wo kunu we ja ho for 17 years 15 years and so 7 be man no anase oba no wadwene mu no, would you still have the person in your mind say me yere anase me kunu ana bisa ho sa? Would that happen? No. Enti mo yenja anya atwem no. The realistic of the issue. Me, I am not talking about Kuna. I am not talking about the Odobroni. I am not talking about Akosua Serwaa. I mean, in general, in totality, say when you about to ho, and only bear matiho. Na bear manager ho, and also manager ho. Who bear ma, who hear Miss Abrina, so we did ho for 15 years. Will you still call the woman as still your wife? Bisaho. Will you still call the woman as your wife? Or will you call the man as still as your husband? It never happened anywhere. And see what baby and why you never just idea to who make me yin. And you know, I didn't see. And I yasha 7. Lumba ya dia enye. Eye omumienu nyina responsibility. Eye Lumba no. Akosua Serwaa no munya responsibility say, listen. What now baby for 17 years? Musmatan baby for 17 years or 15 years. I don't think this marriage can still hold. Into the best option was so says Anka the two of them should have come into an agreement and go their separate ways. But the bottom line is say, in this case, who stand to gain? Even though say Akosua Serwaa na abua Lumba, yet yasia. Fair enough. Yet yasia. And now say Lumba na abua Akosua Serwaa. I don't care about whoever that helped who. But my point is say, you say who says I send me a two Lumba is sanka ya wa. And I only about say. Oba need to be for 17 years. Will you still call the woman as your wife? bisa ho sanka wa will you still ka betu aswara afre Lumba say wukunu anaba frɛ Akosua Serwaa say wo yere menyamba odobroni side man I'm just facing from the top issue a ACCCA aye nyina ye koba obi aka na adwene ni ade but moma ye nhwɛ asɛm no anka benifo say twini wo he so wammo nanimu a twini wo ha ye mo nanim ye mo twini nanim wo ha ye mo nkyɛn ɛna kyɛ wo he ana be bia ye mfɛkyɛ edema itiri wo ho ne mfɛkyɛ nkɔhwɛ kotodwe ɛna obiara so nyi ho a obetumi de nsɛbɔ nkuma kyerɛ ne papa kyerɛ mu ne papa kuro mu kwan ye nyina no we face the realistic issue at hand moma ema no kura ndadi ne ye huma ne oba ne nti ase sɛ emfomso aba waye mfomso that's the first point Lumba ni ho obetumi agye mfomso atum to the ote ase no that's one point men support say bia say one ne twe ana de bi de me kan say for the fact say what dey be mate what dey fa no so nje okay hu ni say letter na ba ye no what dey fa letter say letter mpo wan fa letter mba what dey fa no say wan fa letter mba wan cho letter bia wan ko jaya wade wan fa nsa nko what dey fa no sampo wan tu sa na mo emu bia o ba bia o yan fa no say wan tu sa na mo emu bia but the only anamwa awum ebia dance ya nyina ye betumi antumi pepa ho anase ye ntumi massage no say otna baby for certain 15 good years whether being good or bad 15 years be man so tna baby for 15 years anka adwo a wo hwe me ama a wo hwe me Kwame Kofi Benjamin be ma wo hwe me oba a wo hwe me bisa ho say sa semi eye wo anka oba no be koso afre nse wo yire ibisa asemi wo oba wo hwe mi sa bre se ye wo a anka be ma no ko be koso afre nse wukunu a wakobo aboso agina na chiri se chinchina se o mo bi su nka homa ye nyekuna no homa ye ni nukure ewi ase no be bia nukure da no aya na ye mpese de beto baby and a no aya na yempese ye beto eni ni ye problem so because we ye dedi wa enya wo de me edidi mi enya me de ntina de nti ena moma ye massage issue no na yempese be face fact ana yempese ye di nokura ebe ye adwuma ana yempese ye beji atum se from the genesis no from the genesis the see ye no and then amasa ne mo we nyina aba me Abusuapanyin side here I am not talking about Abusuapanyin, I'm not talking about Dobronyi, I'm not talking about what I'm trying to say bisa hu sanka nyenye biara say ye wo ena ekoba say wo ana akoba ne say what baby for 15 years wo yere so te baby for 15 years ka oba no be koso afre ne se wo yere ana se be ma no wo be koso afre ne se wukunu naturally wadwene mu oni pedese ni biara sebe wunum nsuo udidi na wo da wo sori bia wadwene mu no be hu se be ma no ho do be free mu oba no ho do be free mu because relationship continue communication continue connection continue doing things together and then a relationship no grow and into we catch yourself lack of communication in any marriage biara no a church said that begins the destruction of the marriage. When there's no communication brings problem. When there's no connection there's always a problem. And the sad affecting everybody around them. What is sanesi? That's how it is. A son said the communication was broken from the word onset. The word go, connection in Niho. The responsibility as a husband was downplayed. The responsibility as a wife was downplayed. The responsibility as a father was also downplayed. So when I mention in this case, the major issue is the fact say, I'm breaking and I'm celebrating for so many years. And then Akosua all this brouhaha that is going on. And Akosua all these issues. We are just talking and then just backing unnecessarily, trying to support unnecessarily, say a side chick. All that's our interest is the side chick, or say the issue here is as married couple, even parents, eja and na. So when a momentum, if there is lack of communication, the bond between you and your children begin to grow cold. The bond between you and a momentum now shall ne suppress it. Ne suppress, ne confirm. The bond between you ne confirm. Both a sa connection ne wo muntem se eja anase ena ene mantem ne confirm. Intabofra ohwa or try to continue to have conversation with Abofran. So benya connection. Ni ejano ni enano. And now for even friends. Even friends, the moment there's lack of connection, there's lack of communication. But we said the relationship or the friendship, cut down slowly. And automatically, you will lose interest in whatsoever it is. And that's how it is in every aspect of our life. Every aspect of our life. That's how it is. And that's how it has been from Genesis. He continued to have communication, have connection with human beings. Because when God knew, say, the moment that there's lack of connection, God knew, say, when the moment there's lack of communication between God and human, there's always a problem. And internet say, an ideal mind, the devil find the ideal mind because the mind is not occupied, nothing. He never stopped. Emra, yadi Adam ni Eve. But why was God continuously visiting them? Are you telling me that he wouldn't be able to see them? Are you saying, say, baby, or no, he will not be able to see them? He will see them. He can see. God can be everywhere and still see what they are doing. But God was still continually communicating with them. That's how come immediately God spoke. Adam knew that God was talking because he has always heard God's voice every day and he knew how God's voice sounds. Sanity. This is the realistic of life. We are facts. We can never run away from it. These things are facts. They are not frictions. So if you are listening to me and you are in the same situation, if you find yourself separating with your wife or separating with your husband for a couple of years, decide what you want to do before such things happen to you. Don't wait till the man passed on. Don't wait till the woman passed on and go and claim ownership. Go and claim, say you are the wife or you are the husband. Meanwhile, you have abandoned your responsibility as a wife and as a husband. Meanwhile, that's what you have done. So the question is, since you decided to abandon your responsibility, who were you expecting to take that role for you? Let's go there. Since you decided to ignore your responsibility, since you decided to let go of your responsibility, whom were you expecting to play that role for you? As a husband and as a wife, as a friend. Let us learn something from this. Including myself. When we you can say sometimes at the end of and then you see the value of it. At the end of and then how come that's how you begin to know how valuable it is. Most of us are in the same situation. Majority of us that have been talking about Lumba, talking about the Akosua, Serwaa, talking about Dobroni, Abusuapanyin, and insulting and saying good things, bad things, the ugly things, and all those things. We are all in the same situation, one way or the other. So please, the point here is when she decided to ignore, to abandon her responsibility as a wife, who was she expecting to play that role? Did Lumba ask her to stay there without not coming down? Was Lumba visiting her in Germany? Was she playing role as a wife? Because for the fact you accepted, say, Oni Akosua, Odobroni and Akosua, that means that you have accepted her as a second wife in the marriage. Because why accept her, you will not give her your full responsibility. Am I making some sense here? Am I making sense here? If you did not give her the permission, if you did not allow her to play that role, my point here is that when you decided to ignore your responsibility as a wife, when Lumba decided to ignore his responsibility as a husband, as at that time, who was playing that role? In Lumba's case, Odobroni decided to come in to play that role. Right? What about Akosua Serwaa? As a woman, she can decide to move on with her life. But for the fact, say, Onu Akosua Serwaa no allow Odobroni to come to be in the scene, not just to come in, not just to come and go, but also find some type of responsibility to play as a wife. Some type of responsibility to play, role to play as a wife. Okay? Some type of responsibility, some type of role to play. So why are you fighting her now? Understand, sir, per the commenter, Abusuapanyin here. Hello, Monica. Monica. Okay. If I want to cover me, I join you. My own in terms of drop into fetch me. I mean, connect to record. Hope so. But me invite. Why? So, if you want to join this conversation, me patch up. About more TikTok, some of them wanted to join. If you want to join, we're more than welcome. And patch also bet me the comments. I may hear a comment. I will definitely read all the comments, and then we go from there. But if the American me patch up, say, ubenya botra bet the American asi. So won't draw into conclusion. I bet me I say, but when say the American. It's not just only facts, but not just because awade na mo ware nipa bi no awade ho nipa bi no de ware nipa ba akopɛ na tena ase ware sɛbe ɛna kasa mu ni die aba ne sɛ Akosua odobroni no kura na ya ade na nka boa wo keke fine fair enough crazy yeah admo no ba cho so e
oh ya me na don bibia boko you are making a good point, very, very good point, and that's what people doesn't understand. Some people doesn't understand. I mean, yes, I have to reframe it because before we
yeah,
what to be just say, before we I mean, going to the point, whatever you are saying right now, I'm going to say,
okay. It doesn't
have anything about
okay.
My wife to quite
that's right.
My wife Emma me krata.
Okay.
Onya me krata no and I'm a catch and say, Mammy, say the name I see
that's right.
Masa, my wife Ghana almost 9 years. Every year be I caught twice.
Okay.
Every year be I caught twice because me jawa ba onu ntimi ma me no metima ko.
Okay.
Oni me ma miensa ko tena Ghana for 9 years. E ma me ma no kusua kasa no.
Okay.
After 9 years, and I me timi ye me so me ye ma no esa be join me.
That's right.
So to me just say. As you are saying, you know, Masa, what do you mean? You krata a different story.
Yes.
I want krata now. If you say what you are say, what's waware in the name of waware? You ukuta krata. You go to Ghana. Why don't you stay with a man a little bit?
That's
if
right.
You don't even have time.
That's
if you don't even have time.
That's right.
So to me just say, Masa, say what to find. Who are come to me? Now 2 weeks.
Okay.
Now, how possible would you let somebody stay with your husband? The first year, akwalabem. Second year, akwalabem. Third year, akwalabem. Then you are staying somewhere claiming that you are the wife, and that's what a lot of people doesn't understand.
That's
everybody
what the
has his own yes. Obi have an opinion, but me timi nyame yere ho ana me timi ma me yere nyame ho. 17 years. 3 years of crying, one record bedding.
Yeah.
Something just say. 3 years of crying bedding. Masa, as some came, me uncle some papa, or worry. My wife, me mammy and they wedded wife.
Okay.
Me papa at channel, I prefer ban any war, and Colamian, son, me mammy, worry. Me papa, woo ye, me mammy, I supporting my mammy, no be ye kuna.
Okay.
Because now yen some papa kwa ware over you. Yen nim crash wa kware. But a yen ba ye no. And then tokwa me auntie. Every the same crowd that the Lumba free sweet.
Okay.
Me auntie maswa. Manso pa. Galo ye to crazy kura maso mo free exam. Crazy in the books and papa a professor. They took everything. The German realizing who said campus Daniel Timino and Yami Papa Dan, and that was when they were backing up.
Okay.
Because no one was on my young Pasiade. So if you say, be a Modia. Say the best way for them, and money, you know, Sabi, we don't know the truth in it. Secretary, no, papa, say, papa. What did I worry that? What did Bema now worry that? Ya no one is a mummy no name, move sit down, move tenacity. That's my day, my yokunano, let me be at the Nasamco. Nippon worry. A damn man should be a moyachi. Not yet day. Not yet day. And see, most, your work I support you 100%.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Drop me.
Oh, yeah, okay. Let me, let me, okay, my name drop on the real quick.
Yep.
Okay. So, and then I can see the best source, no, say, and some mistakes we know, and your Lumba and Kwan, I make us say, mistake where Abano. When we look beyond the air costono, and most of us are doing the same mistakes. Some in Kratan, our Abusuapanyin different case. and then your strength, and also your means, you don't even have the means. I beg say you say less. You don't even have the means. The only choice you have say overcome, and then that's it. But Mami was saying they make it's unfair. Okay, Mami Misa say, Mami Misa. So when you couldn't ho, now couldn't jaw ho. Now Kotina baby for 15 years, sir. Will you only be man and continue for just 1 year your duty as a responsible as a wife? Will you still call that as a marriage? Akosua fresa when you couldn't ho. Will you still continue to say that? Point ya me person me making say mistakes are horror awarefo and namfofo will continue to do those things. And they make a man can't Akosua say one kwao. I am seeing on both sides. Because when the bear matter, we jail hawk for 15 years. What do you mean you're 17? Me 15 years. 2011, 2012, 2014, 2018, and then 2021. And what happened? She traveled 2012, and what happened? What did you do? Point I mean making it say, for the fact to say, you allow somebody to play your role as a wife, to play your duty. You have lose your right as a wife. You have lose your right as a husband. That's the point I'm making. And I am not saying it for Akosua Serwaa or against Akosua Serwaa and against Lumba. For the fact to say, it doesn't matter who left. You see, that's the point you guys are missing. Okay, so let's say he left her. In her mind, in her mind, was she still married to Lumba? Yet she says Lumba the Jan ho. Fact. Maybe to woman the Jan ho. But was she still? The point is say, okay, let me go in. Let me check. Let me say, if you have value for something, you don't let go of the thing. It doesn't matter wow. It may be say what you seek. I mean, my example, you what you seek, okay? $200 million out of gold. That's out of gold, man. Will you say out of gold till you let it go? If you are driving your car break down on the road, and you have multiple cars, because the car break down on the road, you leave the car and then go for another car. That's not the point I'm making here. The point I'm making is saying it is true, sir, or Germany, people have been in separate, different parts of the world, but their marriage is one of the best. Amanda, point I'm making. Amanda, point. Okay, so Amanda say, remember, he's a German and not a Ghanaian. Metwase that he's a German, but he's not a Ghanaian. Fine. She was still breastfeeding Sierra when DL left Germany. Understandable. All these things, Metro point now make, but my point here is that they are all excuses. If you have a value for something, you don't let just go like that. If you have value for something, you don't just let the thing go. Mame, I say, Mame, I say, how did you know she didn't fight for him? There is always evidence. Awaria Sembi Babi, and there's not only just one person who talks about it. Multiple people talks about it. And all her counts to the court, was she able to prove in any way, said so and so were the people who sat in our marriage to resolve it, and DL refused? There's nowhere account. There's nowhere. Maybe I'm yet to see that. If you have that evidence, please bring, and I'll change my statement. If you have that evidence, bring it and I'll change my statement. The point I'm making here is that That's the point. Mama yensua nyansa every way mo. Nana boaben, me I say, let us learn something from this. Mama yensua bibi. Ni yenjai sa sentimental na ye no. Can who support one out on a sentimental? And your emotions in the kata you better with facts. You better issue in analyze it. I'll come to the court issue, but before that, mama you analyze the issue ni. Onyankopon na medi nkanka me example say no onyankopon bo osoro ni asase so onyankopon no kra no ono no bo Adam ni Eve or power and authority over them, but yet he was continuously going to visit and communicate with them continuously, and immediately God immediately acted upon it. So that's the problem. Are you saying for 17 years, if you want good things, if you want your marriage to survive, 15 years, and why your person you want to resolve this issue 15 years now? Mommy, I met to say, what point are we raising in now? Perfect, and if it's a mistake, and then that's the point I'm saying, it's a mistake from both angles. Master Mami can have never. Me can't say Akosua say uncle, but my point is both deal and Akosua say omu nyina yem from so. But it's unfortunate say deal ni has to be defending home. Amanda, I am not blaming Akosua say what, but my point I'm making nyina say as a husband, if you abandon your responsibility, if you neglect your responsibility, do you want you still be called as a husband, as a wife? As a wife, if you decided to neglect your responsibility, if you decide to let go, if you hand over, you see the problem is when Akosua Serwaa Odobroni came into the image, Akosua Serwaa can never tell me say she never heard about it, or she never saw say Lumba ni obiawo. No. Say there is no way. Because it's a point where it never happened. There's no way. Or say no you took the step when you're the other, and you want to tell me say the moment to do baby, I wouldn't say because I'm not there. I mean to me Kasebia, she gave up. But for all evidence points to say, Lumba let things lie. And also man, you must see it. And to me point to say, now Junimun, what she seeing say, I keep talking about Akosua because maybe says in honor Junimun. Now say, now what she seeing herself as a wife. Sure, am I moment excuses? So the bema. Okay, if you love your husband and anything happened in the marriage, and your husband move on to somebody you really want, move and go, well, go and stay with your husband. What? You see, that pride of me home, that's our problem. And when issues come out, then we start to point fingers. And perifosi oba ne kwa wade. Bema nkwa wade. Oba and a quawadi. And into my memo example. My memo example. Obema bet mini oba, obema et mini oba. Oya samanajo, et ratna, oba bet to me. Because she's the one who can keep her home. And men don't keep home. Sakanya Sanken, Garden of Eden, God will not bring Eve in. Because already I said, a man can never keep that place. He just gave him an authority. The only thing God gave to Adam was just an authority. But God brought the Eve to keep the place. Anything as a Uber fear. And no matter how you train them, they will be clean. But yes, sir, or by what it need, they will go. That's how God created a man member. Member were limits, about our limits. And to moment yen can won say, Sawadian say you, say any you, Nina Ejina Basso. In general. Nansemu Yan president here, or my example be also on the year in term. Almost celebrate over 30 years. I will call almost off one. Obani can say, can you make a Kawadian and Kenyana, which is true. Women can tolerate more than men. Women can tolerate. Men. Oh, mama. When I have questions, I can click on my man and bet me answer more. I've said a lot of things. So my point is say, taking care of the kids only is not enough. As a woman, if you want peace, if you want your marriage to grow, it is your responsibility to make sure the right thing is being done. Women are the people who keep home. Okay? It is if you downplay your relationship, if you downplay your marriage, somebody will come and play that role and take your husband from you. If you downplay that role, that responsibility, you have that power you have, that golden power, that authority that God has given you to run the home, the affairs of the home. The moment you let this lie, somebody will come and play that role. I say, Akosua say, Bible said, a man shall live and cleave with a wife. It is true. I don't dispute that fact. I do not dispute that fact. It is true. But also remember, that doesn't mean, say, once you guys are together, everybody has a role to play. In the agreement, if you have colleagues you are working with, they are not playing your role. Their role. They are not doing what they are supposed to do. What do you think happens? Things fall apart. Things fall apart. We all have responsibility. We all have a role to play as a wife and as a husband. As a wife and as a husband, we all have a role to play. And that's my point. If the fact say, Odobroni, Eba Sinimu, now Akosua Serwaa will allow for her to play that role, to share that role, that queenship role with you. What do you think you have done? For the fact to say, you allow her to play that role. The fact that you allow Akosua say, Odobroni to come in to play that role with you, to share that role with you, more or less. You've authorized, you have allowed, so I don't even know why you're even fighting right now. I don't know why there's all this up and down, there's all this noise, and there's all this fight and all this thing going on. The fact is, which we allowed money in the trend for 15 years, why are you fighting now? Why are you fighting it now? Why didn't you fight it all the way? I understand, so maybe you might. Maybe I would say she didn't fight harder. That's what I'll say. Even though I don't have all the facts, but I between so occupy here. Oh, because she would have still maintained Lumba back. And those are some of the mistakes we all do. Some from Sweden, we find ourselves in these situations. And I'm saying it's a lesson to us. Now, let's come to Ebra Lumba Frimu. Yambra Ebra Lumba Frimu. Okay? Now, young Fanny said, what year you did everything that she has to do, and it didn't work out. She's still the legal wife. We take that. It is true. She's still the legal wife. But my point is, as at the time, Abemana or no bebre, you know, the man is gone. The man is no more. If there is some type of respect for the husband, I wouldn't think say, Anka ni ebusia penny year, you know, called the Beko Court. The point I cannot say because Abusuapanyin be declare fine, but me this same penny for home anka they might be even bigger than Abusuapanyin to handle this issue. Now, per my research, as at the time issue ni see, you know, Abusuapanyin, there's something that happened. And out of that, Abusuapanyin got angry with Odobroni. So he started maltreating Odobroni. However, we do not talk about I know Abusuapanyin as a son is sticks, as a son Adjuni. When me point and say, Ediam pa. And a buyer Abusuapanyin as a son Adjuni. And in here, he said no. You're yet to know. We are yet to know. And certain things, you know, maybe did say, wow, we must start on your will, I'll start your will actually say, ABR na Abusuapanyin, and you know where you Abusuapanyin, you know, me patches on ya now here, me patches your room, Shasina to one more. Who have the right over your dead body, who doesn't have the right, who will not have the right to begin to start to work on it. Because I think whether being a woman or a man, being a lady or a gentleman, it is up time say we all have to start to look those directions because there is some type of documentation. So I don't want him to get close to me. I don't think all this thing would have happened. No. Now, maybe say Akosua Serwaa so. Why wouldn't she be able Argentina? She didn't even call. Minimum say omuko ahimfie free Abusuapanyin one, but that was when the issue was out of hand. When the issue was all over the place. And a wamba. Okay? But saka beginning no as me see, you know. And of friend penifo no anka menye ni se nka kebedu bebe edu. Hwe mama yen try say we'll face the reality. Do what is right. Say the beya and you will be saying no, we can avoid them. Because as we stand right now, Akosua Serwaa bema na opesa we no hukuna no. Bema na opesa we no hukuna no. So what is the respect that you have for your husband? Where is that respect? The respect that you have, or you had, or you have, whichever way, I'll be better know. What's that respect? If you have legally, no, apart from Lumba, ne wila waya, no, nothing changes. Say, you will not be able to own the properties of your husband. Because Ghana mrano, Quran, Ghana mrano. Emma ho kwan mebusia nyi mfi unsam. Ghana mrano, Emma ho kwan. Enti kuna na wo kwa wo twe be ma na me mpene me de court ni ade Emma nyo kuna no a. Even though I know say there's value in the kuna no, but after all, see ma wo nya. Why would you think, sir, that for the respect I have for the man, Bemana menena wo ma, amenene wo mo friend intino, I'll let this thing slide. Because so marriage certificate now, I don't think says one yekunanwa it will override Lumba will and marriage certificate no. I will claim the rightful owner of his property. Because one and one ma no oba one and one ma dear. Even Ghana once one and a warrior one crater would in the Japan, you own some rights. Fine, I could double in and I want definitely some percentage will go, but the majority of the percentage about war, I could just say one hole. Percentage no do about ho. And your denti and a bear man I want an abo bra over 30 years. O my action was so. I could just say, a denti and a my action was so ya chin say, ya tree and nam. Obia, sorry, or cassa ebu, ya see, Obia wunu, yen can a some money. E can some who be brave for Lumba. The woman, the enemy, will be obeying the one yano. People are saying all sorts of things about Lumba just because you are the one who allowed it to happen. Yes, it is true. Abusuapanyin has a role to play, but maybe says when Abusuapanyin one and worry Lumba, one and only one kwala. Abusuapanyin no. But you have kids with the man, and the bear Lumba didi. I say, Lumba di. Until they will still represent Lumba. Do you think, sir, Abusuapanyin to pack? Or come a beer? San Canyon and Funny Bank will be crabbe say, Lumba Bussy in a namway. Pancolano, in your boom wouldn't pack if it was a Lumba money. Intino, I don't know one shankwalano. One share obua and the respect. A woman Lumba. A brown one and the boy. One was an human now. Na what to twas here? No one manner. Yet Lumba left and right like that. I could say what? Me no, but me be so some. And I mean, I seem to be toward that. Jamaican say, I didn't see and one man abansa. Abusuapanyin somehow yakuna. Let it go, let it slide. Because Bemano, sabi, unless it's say, unless I just say, you be show now our dear ordinance marriage, you know, anyhow. But then I can't speak to that. I'll just take your word for that, and I'll take the lawyer's word for that. Maybe point and say. So ordinance marriage was what? Ordinance marriage no ho. Aya wadia yen mrem ewo ho. The makati say wadia yen mrem no wo ho. E dia dance pefe wo Germany. Ke hu ne say ono so onye Ghana ni o Germany. Ghana mrem no kura no so ono oba tena mo ware. Wo ya no hu ade. Fear this law no. Ma ho kwan se abusiafo nje japade amfiri usem. Nti na wo fear ne sen. Akoja se wa. Na wo de ne na ma wo suro ntia. Because sanka ya nyumnyam na hopese wo hye wukunu a. Ka the best nyumnyam ka betu de hye wukunu Lumba. Sanka asem nka ma ne nkokot nka ma na na assign. Sanka nyumnyam pa na hopese wo hye wukunu a. Se dia pesa okoye kuna de hye ne nyumnyam no. Se yenu nti na hopese wo ye ko hye ne nyumnyam hye ne kuna koye kuna de hye wukunu nyumnyam a. Ka court ka ba na ide ka ma ne nkokot intin person say ubotai pote pa ne sen because what my action be ma won na abo brapen o my action fom ya twen nsa twen nan aye basa odobodi ni wa be che no mu awi utwu mutan oba wade no mu because Ghana mra ne kire say woni oba na ante na na no one ye no ho ade e mmara ni kura gitum so ye oyere nti ho de there is nothing you can do about it nti say yakuna no pa ho ntina na wo ko a akuna no so gina se wo ye wa ye de na so osede so oyere aye no nyam a opese wo de hye wukunu a enyam be na sen se obi ku wukunu anu ase wo wiasa fa na nyina ba ka se da bi me me yangu bi kunu fi nti mama na atwe mako enyam be na sen se enyam ni bisa enyam be na sen se enyam sa Akosua Serwaa anka ye twe wukunu ye hyase na ka se bi me mfa se bakokota obi aka na adwena ye ntumi ntwa so me na me kwa ma redraw case no nti yen councilor enyam be na sen se enyam anka adbe she Lumba because sanka kuna wo kwa kwaje atena so so pese wo ye kunai ye fi se ye enyam pese wo di she wukunu Lumba ni bi so say no one enyam na pese wo di she wukunu na ka enyam be na sen se ka sa chebo ya ba me kra ma betena me ka bi sanke ni sanke ba so ana me boa anke ni say it shouldn't have even happened in the first place. Muma yensu ade wu. No muma ye ni na ho. Na from oy enti ho da. Na de ye nyina wo social media ni nyina e wo never erase o. Enko. That's one thing you don't know. So let me take advantage in I mean sure kakra from the technology aspect of information that go on air. Okay? Say your print. What the print to cry, they say paper better tinti we never find on tension. So be a jada and keep here. Or the umbra to the internet face, no. Any social platform beer. Any social platform beer. Ye go Lumba who feel ho. We stay there forever. This is how it worked. Mamichiro, so Ghana, Facebook, what happened? And say, so what can be born before being when I recorded our Facebook or Ghana no be shared. The AN say, server na keep his information and I keep his data no, and whatever you post and whatever message you move send here, a call at that very moment, you know. And you Ghana and Kwana to know. The server no more and as idea ever cross information, you know. Everywhere, the nearest closer place, ever say be South Africa, hold on server what a main one war. Begu kakra ebewo US, kakra bewo the nearest one are connected to South Africa. And this is South Africa, they no cross say they can always retrieve it from the nearby one. The nearby say a bit and Facebook company engu TikTok engu YouTube engu it be say 50 years to come umenyini una na no ba and they come to see all this video about bema worry no and wo man papa ho no na na ho a na ye baby bisa so why abrewa na de na abeka beksan ka be uni anche kamantu sa na mo no agoza sa wa me bisa e de na obeka kire wo na nanom na beba no so me hu sa video si ya ye ka twensa ne abasa e fa Lumba ye twi ni fam bebrebe e de na abeka kire nkwala no what would you say? Would you let go? Ubenya bibi aka kire mofra na na what will you say? What will you tell them? The best option sanka will draw. Card coin na here mami chiro lawyers well. No matter what, maybe I say young Kobia they will follow you lawyers no. Hospital be na wa doctor asho akase mapam unte come help. Once you have money, they will do everything because they will get the money back. Every hospital, once you have money, you're ready to pay. They will take care of you. Okay? Hospital be able to be no. Once a while, I say, if you have money, they will take care of you. It doesn't matter. They will take care of you and take the money. Sana lawyers, they will take what you be caught or be winning, you better defend them or a genuine case. You better do sa. And I believe so whoever that's watching this issue, of course, so what you know, don't be one-sided, but rather let us learn something from this. Let us learn something from this kind of thing. And make sure so such things doesn't get close to us. It is so heartbreaking, say. Issues like this will happen. It is like this will happen. It's so heartbreaking to Lumba or almighty Lumba. And then I make kind say Senke Lumba. Senke nye eyi and kasabra mini woke Senke Lumba. As I'm speaking to you right now, right? Because I'm speaking to you right now, Lumba eye Michael Jackson emaye. So to bro for you man, the whole world kobe Michael Jackson. And he's such an icon, such a legend. We pull him left and right, like making him feel like he's nobody. Why? Just because the wife decided to not let go of the issue and still fighting for a loose battle. Now, those people who were pushing you left and right, let's go. When they requested for money for 2 million Ghana cedis, did any of them provide that money for you? To you? Did any of them provide that money? So what's any ideas, Nete? Yanko, go to the court, no? And when they requested for 2 million Ghana cedis, no? And whatever money they requested, you know, did any of them sign checks say, we are still behind you into J? One word they say. So who do you go see? Akosua say what? Omo ayesu wetu koyam koyebe back yebe defend oni ade. Did any of them omo biara send sa check ne ma when the court car yebisa Akosua de ne fia de ya yebisa from ankasa sika ne ba ya ankasa eyi ya kebe holding on. Say sika na ntumi amba omo wana na sika say it is sika e ma ana me de obo obusia mpo ana bra me de be ma omo hwan ene kan se bra na diska be ma. So ni ekwekosi. So you be defend you. Oh, you be support you. We are for you team Akosua Serwaa team certain team nyina wa. And then now your boy you say I say your dog. Now so me nya asem hwe. Ye de beko kosi jaso ye be huru wasam asem to wa beka se wiase nyina do edu brea edu the critical moment na wo hia sika eni nam se sika no ho ba ya anka ne kaluma yi aka be kese nkochena aye memene dei anka ma so no se sika no wo so bi anya bi ama mo ma ye nyina ye sua ye fa nya de sua de. Let us learn from this. Akosua Serwaa wa wo hwe me adwoa abena ama kwesi Benjamin wa wo hwe me a wotie mi sabre muma yensua bebu. Let us learn from this, because one na wo pia wosum wetuko suo no edu bra ye sika no aye de beye de enti amukọ court no one na sa check by. Nobody has it. Nobody. Even if they want to, they don't have that money. And they will not take the risk of bringing that 2 million Ghana cedis. They wouldn't, which is equivalent to like almost $200,000. Some math you're correct. What do you find to say? What do you find 1-to-1? Ankomu biere ni ho. And the court asem beginning no. The judgment to buy you. There's some provises can buy. Fine. I'm overriding all the judgment in verdict in which wasn't the final verdict, it was just a preliminary one. It may be say, Sisia way, Kuna is asking me kind the last time. First court come back as asking way, Sa Akosua Serwaa, 1 penny, 1 penny, 1 penny, men. Sekobani say, what the assembly court. Na se court you to asem shed da. Na ye. O court to corner akwa den dey go see. Bibi say asemi. Na em say people didn't take it serious. And akwa go see we. Sa ba sa o ko asem no, and dem first come to where? Sa wo pese, o twe asem no time. Bezika beto ho. And then akoba ya when you sika yambe. Bigini sa obesua biribi wom. Wa wo hwe so obesua biribi wom so hwe ni ye. Wo ye biribi. Na obi ka say jaya, me pa cho. Tenase. Na dwine ho adenti ni pese mi nyan. Adenti na ni pe ka say me nkoso am ye de mi ye na dwine ho ansa. Because say any pana or pia so we people with to say kwa asamba na to sotra obegina nchen sotra ni bi ma no ebe ko ho asam no ba onu begina nchen asam no ba obegina nchen. So my point is, the point I'm trying to make is say, do not let people hail you unnecessarily. I am not blaming her, but I am trying to bring all these key points for us. Because said yes, wa wo hwe me wa wo tie o baabi wan sua biribi wo mu a emane nya wo say oh me de me nya sa me de me nya me yere ho me de me nya me kunu ho but e bia na biribi wo ho a it is similar wa dwene nya nko so please begin to assess your life. Begin to assess it. Do you understand what I'm saying? Begin to do what? Assess it. Because if you don't, things will fall apart just like it's happening. Because the same people who are hailing you, the same people who are advising you to go, people who are asking you to go say certain things, to go do certain things, please be very careful. Thank you so much. As I am in the same situation, I have learned a lot. Thank you. I say, I am in the same situation, I have learned a lot. It's true. Be careful the people you surround them around you. You be careful people who comes around you, people who hail you, people who make you feel your head so swallow. Let me tell you, if you want true friends, right? If you want people who want you to be very successful, listen to the people who criticize you. I'm telling you. If you want to be successful, if you want very good friends, don't hail people. Don't accept people who always praise you. Oh, you are good. Oh, you are a nice person. You are like this. Oh, continue. Listen, be careful with those people. Be careful with those people. Those people. Be very careful. Because Akosua said that's what has just happened to her. And I believe, say, you are learning something from it. I hope you are learning or you have learned something from it. Just like my brother said, they did the same thing to me and I've learned my lesson. Thank you so much, my brother. I'm not sure, but I see the way, that's the way faster, first trail. I'm trying to pronounce it and forgive me. Within TikTok, and I'm trying to pronounce it. Thank you. Say, God used this case to awaken a lot of laid back wives, which is true. But the problem is the women will not learn. No. My brother, the men, we will not learn. The women, we will not learn. That's the truth. It hurts. A man, a man, and can you say a woman will go to church and bow down before a pastor and come home and disrespect the husband? The same pastor would preach, respect your husband. You will go home and disrespect the husband and come and respect the pastor. So this, men will not learn, the women will not learn. But what I'm trying to say, if you can learn something from it, because I have learned a lot. I have learned a lot from this Lumba case. I don't know about you. If you don't want the person, tell the person, me, I am not interested, I'm moving on. If you are ready, let's move on. If you are not, move on with something else. What is coming is huge. The side mistresses are gaining momentum. Also, the side mistresses are gaining momentum, which is true. Because they know that when they play their role well, the world will fight for them. It is true. It's the truth, my brother. You are saying the truth too. Me, I don't massage truth too. When the thing is white, I'll tell you it's white. When it's blue, I'll tell you it's blue. If I don't say anything, I will not say anything. But the point I'm trying to make here is that there are two things we have to learn. As I said earlier on, women are the homemakers. Women are the homemakers. If you destroy your home, somebody will take over. So I tell people, listen, how many women out there that have left their husband and with kids are married? And how many men that they left their marriage and got married quicker? You, a woman, can you propose? No. You can propose to a man. In our part of the world, women don't. But a man will go propose. When it happened, it happened. When they realize you're a good one, he will marry you. You see, that's the thing. No, it is the man who will marry. The man who will always initiate. And then will bring you to come and build a home. So when you come to the house and you are not building, you're not doing what you're supposed to do, that's where the problem comes in there. So that's one. Two, let us also be careful people that hail us. Because when this issue went to court, Akosua Serwaa and his people, oh, yeah, pray. Why is Mama China? Did she provide any money? I don't know how much she provided, but it wasn't enough. What is Lumba's sister, who was very close, according to every source, that's the closest sister of Lumba. Was she able to provide that money? No, because she doesn't have enough. I'm not saying she's poor. Do not misunderstand me, or do not misunderstand me. I'm not saying they are poor, but my point here is that why didn't they sacrifice to bring that money? But I'll come to the lawyer. Because my point to the lawyer is that, let me bring this one quickly. Why I didn't a lawyer no? I'm judge in a case what's something you jet to Nebum? My break akra. I don't know. Maybe I didn't hear that, but it's all kind of idea. I don't know, but so one can. And the lawyers now have. But you find on to me point and say, Lumba wafa na also me wa money me buy na me ye no wafa ankasa no. Where is he? Did he provide the money? Lumba sister na odi otumfo ntem kese e de sama your friend is saying Abusuapanyin no anso no your friend na say ye sika. Mama China, as your friend is saying, here's the car now. Oh, okay. Many are say I'm actually a woman. Okay. Oh. Hey, so a woman was saying all this. So thank you so much for your good point. But will be the point in Mama Menklan or Cornwall. Okay. And to Mama and two-sided. Mama and one-sided. Send a point of one. Man, me look at the issue, but my point and I say, more pushy. Akosua Serwaa yan kona ba back be gina wachi no aye call court no san krofo no nyina wa yemfa ya de call court so mo fasika we mra e twa abo so mo fa mra no. Why didn't those people provide those money? I don't know when provide this kind As able to, but as I said, I face DJ for fee and the way far. I face so Kwesi Boateng and I'm going to for continuing watching. The patcho ubetumi continue and channel sorry, so but you can continue to share so that other people can also join as well. If I saw the dream bar, you are welcome. Wow, Sankrofoni nyina wa himfa. Me point and say you're very careful. With careful, you're very, very careful. Because as I remember, man shouldn't say, Mama Akosua say one, and the papa man shouldn't say the casa baby. Brempama, Mama China, Abusuapanyin, yeah, Lumba Abusuapanyin, my side, no balance. Me correct Abusuapanyin Nangazanga Sano. Me Abusuapanyin Nangazanga Sano. As you call court now. Court because of physical number. I don't want to be Anna. I don't want to provide this. That means now one physical okay. Oh, as I said, media, my imagine say a consent to me first. Kay, me de mamo, and I'm a media. And Kobia the 500, and now Kobia put the 250 buyer. That Kobia says he can. And I'm a wa. Obia Tana need so. See, I will. And what can say, Mamma Akosua. Many sound, what can say? A cowabunny nyina Emgosiaga because you see the penny we are. What else? You see Lumba, Yamia Dumna, now what you see Lumba, we are damn pa na catch it. Because a Kajapadia, we are sure Lumba, I am well. Me find say one year well cry. The PNDC law no. Once I will your dear, who will say when the Japadium. Oni odobroni awon kwala no, emra no ma ho kwan. So no so will say what Japadian mu bi. Nte Japan e den a wo beche. Obi abenya kakra. 2 hours $2 million. Na se omo nyina keka bo mu anka omenya. Anama point am person me making say me concern in 2 hours no, but me point am person me making say yankasa wo fambra cash o ubetumi actual check only say make sure say scan ho and the court will accept it and the pass omo gina ho na omo call sanke e flow omo de ka che omo ko omo ntumi en sa check mba akoma sa check na ko omo nyina da koto account no mu come sign check near the akotum. What yet? Me point at me person be reason say me to say it's supposed to be cash or the hours they gave them was too short. I was hoping said the lawyer would have stand and I'm gonna make cash as me make that point and say the lawyer not the motion the lawyer should have fight against the judge. Scanning the work I get to but 2 hours need you sir. Into my bread, the MP camera. But my point and I say, so mama brew, oh mama brew. Says go for an agent holding no. And you push you, see ya you can say. See ya make us say. You know. Unless it be before Frobi. SC. Energy. Hopefully not. 1 second. Hopefully not say before Frobi and see. But my point I'm making in and say. So koba ne sampo a. Koba ne sampo a. And at this very moment, you know, come in it. Business can away. That's the problem. You, many by actual message, baby, can I think it's very deep. Or say, I am a legal wife. Legal wives are too laid back. We need to wake up. And it's true. Also, I am a legal wife, and legal wives always are too laid back because they have some type of entitlement. So, some type of entitlement. Own anything that you own. What my find the point in I mean, yes, be I would be here will be an protect it. What guiding is say? You hold it high esteem. Let me quickly look for the so intimi pamocho muma yenye yedwuma yi awarefo ni titru sa ownership no ownership eno ena na ewure oh ediam oyere. That's what is destroying this. Mujina the chi e pushi no kwe. Ne nyina mu no. He's here saying, so please, me kama kabio. Na answer me the manu basin me point I'm making nyina na say. Lumba played a role in this. Akosua Serwaa played a role, but the major role and from Sukasi and pa Akosua Serwaa. Lumba efrin in chain, all right. But so oyere no. Share. Sebi ye ma me no ho. Ye ma me no no. Na sebi no munyimi yo. No muntabe. They foresee the future, what can happen. Omu hunu de besi wadachi. Anything I say, unya ona ena ne nidefo mu a na se mfi hukunu nche na akwa no asa pamo se go back. Edina yeke se aware ekwa ne yede eware. Me pamucho 1 sec beba. Hey. Mama 1 second me respond okay, mami 1 second na me share. Pamucho me bo. Mami answer call, maybe a call you be boa nkomo twetwe ametwetwe real quick. We have a few seconds. Why? A few seconds. Venture me. TikTok for my back. Okay. So venture me TikTok for venture me. Now I had to respond to this real quick because now it's related to what I'm talking about. Venture me and the camera near venture me. So the point I'm making is all this while, right? The ABCSE, the ABC ACAE, intimibisa say, and so Emma mi Akosua me blame you, but maybe say Nana ma nyese bia me blame Akosua say, but my point I'm making is me di bia me ka so ba de oba de anka de can say ke de ti biara no you should be able to protect your home. And remember de uja man we will not be able to keep the home. That's one thing you have to know. We will not be able to keep the home. The home responsibility belongs to women. If you know, a man there. So, our dear no, if you more, a man there. It's no, while you have the power, the authority, be so with me a crowd, and then I want to slide this now. Now, yes, oh, yeah. I'll say, I can't, I have to leave. Okay, Martin, I say, thank you so much. I say, thank you. I am almost wrapping up now. There may be coming in and say, let us all learn from this. Mama Yensia, there be every way more. Lumba dia be Mama Yensia be film, especially in animal man. Monsieur be free way more. Because at the end of it, oh, I am not Bible cast somewhere. I am not the Bible can come home. I saw that to be a Ben Macrona or no Bible the patch for did to so keke. And then I refuse a sabre or Juana. And now Bible was an area GBD and you be me an answer day. Eh? Bible was some I am near GBD and GBD and answer day. Or see a baby twa. Or Bible Casa for dear day at Thomas Okeke. And just when you decide, why wouldn't you keep your husband say the bear or baby? I want you cannot be. And that's almost baby the opportunity to play that queenship now once that authority that you have. Eh? Anyway, but ba no be si ha. Ma soro so. Nyame ya adomu a ye behwe. Ochina yebre. Ochina nyame ya adomu a ye beba it will come your way. Kofi's Spotlight. Me pa chochina Kofi Spotlight. Ewia US time 2 p.m. Me ma pamfo ni nyina beba me ankomo afa ya domu asuko yie. Me panels ni nyina beba nyame adom all the panels will come to nyame adom ochina na asemi ya domu asuko yie. So please, if you are watching tomorrow, we'll come back, God willing, tomorrow Saturday at 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. Eastern time, or Ghana 7 p.m. Ekopim 8 p.m. Na nkomo ya fa domu asuko pa yie nyame adom ochina will come back live on this channel. Please subscribe to the channel, like our video in all platforms, social media platform. If actually you Kofi Spotlight, social media platform you Kofi Spotlight. So follow us on the TikTok. Subscribe to us on the channel. Na BBN Tuminko Yen na Meno, I am not on the Odobroni side, I am not on the way side, but all I'm trying to make some steady fat, that's what I stated. Sometimes the fat hurts. Why I just say I am trying to be one-sided, but the fact is fact. We are watching because Embrano, that was see Ghana Embrano. Odobroni, yere. Akosua Serwaa yere. So Embrana Emma ho kwan say unkwan ye okunu ye kuna anasema ye kuna. However, ebusuane na wo ho kwan be ka je say ye fa Odobroni si nchen na wo ye kuna. Ana say Akosua Serwaa si nchen na Odobroni ye kuna. Ochina sisi abe obe de akoye okuna ya wo pray. Obetumi aye ana ontumi ye. Ochina ebehwe ne ye hu ho asem ye hu de be kokosi. Edam ase aha Kofi Spotlight. The channel ni nyina YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, nina Facebook, Threads, and Lemon 8, nina Kofi Spotlight. The Facebook is Kofi Spotlight. Thank you so much. The D and the Fifi Abedu. We Kofi Spotlight, Kofi Showbiz, and I'm the Abreu. Thank you so much.